US Weekly, a show that is dedicated to covering United Women's Soccer, a national pro-am league with your host, Jonathan Ward. Each and every week, we will highlight players, supporters, and staff of the clubs we all pride ourselves to support in North America. The UWS is a league that is committed to advancing women's soccer.
Hey everyone, we are live here at the Coaches Convention in Kansas City, United Soccer Coaches Convention. I am absolutely honored to be joined live with JP Dellacamera. JP, how are you, man?
Jonathan, I'm doing well. I'm running into so many people that I recognize, even with the masks on. You know, some people I'm not recognizing because of the masks, but it's good. Our soccer community is huge, and you're running into so many people from our past.
So what excites you about coming to this event every year? You are a legend in the soccer world. Why is this so important for our community?
Well, the last, I would say, 3 years anyway, it's been to represent my Connecticut Fusion team in UWS because our AGM, as you know, is here. So that's really the reason why I'm here. I'm doing some work with a major arena soccer league, so that's another reason why I'm at this now. But our AGMs are usually good because it's the only time all year we get to be face-to-face with whatever it is, whether it's owners, coaches, GMs of all of our teams. And I think we can all learn a lot from each other. Like what works for one team may also work for my team, and vice versa. What works for them may not work for us.
Well, speaking of your team, you guys had an excellent finish to the year. You guys kind of started off a little slow, but made it into the playoffs, and we're in the national championship. What was that experience like for your girls and for your women?
Wow. Well, first of all, I'm proud of our team, from coaching staff, from owners really, to coaching staff to players. We've had 3 years. COVID, we had to sit out 1 year, but we made the playoffs all 3 years, and that was always our goal. I think we got to a national final probably earlier than we would have expected, in a sense, right? Third year. And we did it the hard way. Like, our women played, I got to do this right by memory. We had 13 players for one of those playoff games, and lost one of our players before we got to the Final Four for the second game. So we had 12, won those 2 games, and then got to the final. Got to the Final Four rather, and then we just lost to a better team on that day. Right, that team from California was terrific. So many great players, a well-coached team, and on that day, they were the better team. But to get to the final like we did, very, very proud of our players.
Do you think it had more value or sentiment to it, the fact that you made it to the final in such a short span? It sounds like you had an idea that was going to be perhaps later.
Yeah.
But you guys made it sooner rather than later, I guess.
I think when we first started, when Chet Messing and I first started with this, we always said our goal is the playoffs, right? Because you have to get there first before you have a chance at anything else, right? And then second goal was win the division, and then the third goal would be, win the national championship. But to get there, not only to get there in 3 years, that was huge, but the COVID year was rough for everybody, right? I mean, it took everything away. I think we played one game that year, and it wasn't really, it wasn't a league game. It was just, we just got our women together to play.
Right? Pick up game.
So COVID took us all a year away. I credit the league for being able to get everything done last year the way we did and not have COVID affect us. It affects everybody, but not have it affect. I mean, we played a full schedule, right? We didn't miss games. So I credit the league and the leadership and all of our teams for their perseverance. I know it wasn't easy for a lot of people, so we got it done. But yeah, we were a little bit ahead of the game, and now our goal is still now. If you ask me what our goal is for this year, our goal for this year is get to the playoffs, win the division, get to the final again, win the final, right? Those are the points. But I would also give you this. It's still a good year if we make the playoffs because we're consistent. And I think that for teams in sports, first you have to get here, but it's harder to stay there, right?
The sustainability of staying at that high level.
Yeah. And I know, depends on who you talk to, right? Would you rather win one championship in 10 years and not make the playoffs, but you won that championship? or make the playoffs 10 straight years,
Right.
have a shot at it, and you don't get it. I've had some people say, hey, they want the trophy, but I'd like to have the consistency.
Consistency, experience, and then the trophy. Obviously, I mean, experience is everything, right? Once you get that taste, you want it.
Yeah.
And if it's that bad taste, you want to get rid of it. So the only way to get rid of it is to win it. So
I've talked to some of our players who still feel like there's unfinished business,
Yeah.
you know, and they want to do it again, but it's hard to get there. I mean, our league is really good. Our league is really good, and the final score was lopsided, right? The final score was lopsided in that final game, but that team was not that far superior to the Connecticut division or to the other teams that were in that final. Right? On that day, they were, right? But I mean, our league is very well balanced, I think, and there are some teams that are better than others. Obviously, you just look at the standings. But I always felt that on any given day, like in our conference anyway, we didn't take any games for granted. We didn't look at the standings or the record or whether it was a home game or an away game. We knew that if we didn't play well as a team, good chance we'd get beaten.
the Heat was a different game too. That played in and of itself. I think it was 105 at kickoff. I was sweating and I was under awning. So I can only imagine what players were going through on that pitch that day. Great surface, but it heats up quick in Texas, especially right around 12 when we had kickoff. So hey, we'll look forward to it again. But I gotta ask, what are you looking forward to in 2022? Besides, potentially getting back to a national championship with the club, but what are some of the things that JP and the Connecticut Fusion have in store for 2022?
Well, we're anxious to see what the schedule looks like. I think we're getting. I've lost track of the number of teams that are coming in, presently, but I understand that we want to make things better for the teams travel-wise.
Right.
So I'm not sure how they're going to break up the divisions and all that, but. Last year, we liked our schedule, the travel schedule. I think it's nicer if, Worcester's close to us, New England Mutiny are close to us. It's nice if we could play them, home and home, but, nobody's going to be 100% happy with their schedule, right? So if we're like 90% happy with our schedule, that's fine. But I think that, this year, I would say as a team, we're looking for competitive games. We always have. We'd like to have more fan involvement. We'd like to do more as a team on social media. I know the league is trending in that direction, and they do a good job, yourself included, with social media and the awareness now that our league has. I think our reputation as a league is very good. And then we'll see where it takes us. What are we going to do at this AGM meeting? We got to discuss. We always discuss, the Final Four.
Right.
Should it be in a venue picked before the season starts? Should we take the 4 teams and have a home field advantage, like MLS went away from a neutral site game to having a home field advantage?
Yeah.
Those are things we'll all discuss tomorrow at our meeting. But we'll see. We'll have more sponsors coming in as a league, hopefully as our team as well. I've just seen. We've been involved since 2018, and I've seen the growth, and I know the growth is going to be, the growth level is going to be higher.
Well, JP, I really appreciate you giving me this opportunity to have a chat. I know you've got other things planned today, and I really, like I said, I appreciate to be able to talk to the legend himself.
My pleasure, Jonathan. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
It's time for a dedicated women's league to fill the gap between college and professional soccer. A league that's committed to advancing women's soccer, focusing on the development of the female soccer player during the summer months, elevating the competition to help each player reach that next level, providing high-level soccer for collegiate players, aspiring and former professionals, and international stars, operating with professional standards because players and fans deserve an exceptional experience. Uniting players that inspire and are inspired. We are passionately growing the women's game. The future is bright for United Women's Soccer. It's time. Be part of the movement.